Welcome to Romance Recs. We're romance-obsessed besties sharing book recs broken down by genres and tropes so you can be sure you're getting exactly what you want out of your next read. I'm Jordan, and I am currently listening to The Tempest Blade by Danielle L. Jensen.
Hey guys, Dev here, and I am reading Fallen Gods by Rachel Van Dyken. I'm not done yet.
And we have with us today, who are you?
Rachel Van Dyken. Hi. I did it.
Yay!
Hello, I am here. And I'm currently reading, I'm starting to read Kingdom of Tomorrow by Gina Showalter. Who, if you've never read Gina Showalter, incredible author. So I'm starting her book today, Kingdom of Tomorrow.
Oh, perfect. Is that her latest one?
Yes, I have the arc.
Okay.
Yes, be jealous. Yes,
I saw that. Yes. I saw it on NetGalley. I got an arc of her last one, with the Berserker and everything.
Oh yeah,
and it was
It
was good. It was good. It was so good, and I'm so
She's just so good. No, thank you. Sorry, I just go off on her now. But I'm so happy to be here, guys. So happy.
Perfect. I am so excited to talk with you today, especially about Fallen Gods. Before we do that, we usually start our episodes with a quote from a recent read or just a favorite quote that we found. So I will kick us off, but I have a quote from Fallen Gods by Rachel. I have a few quotes I had to choose from, but this one, I love the imagery here. Besides, we're all born with a little bit of monster inside us. Who says that's a bad thing? Something has to save us from ourselves. And I just,
Love it.
I do love that. I love that. Mm-hmm. Okay. I have a quote, also by Rachel, but it's from The Godparent Trap. So it is. I don't know what sane man would see you as just a friend. He cursed under his breath. You're like a fucking hurricane, a chaotic, beautiful mess of waves and wind, powerful, daunting, and any guy, especially ones like Banks, would risk his life during the storm just to see if he can survive it. Because I want my man obsessed. Yeah.
Yes.
Like that.
Yes.
Just a rip.
Yes. No, I love it. I love that book. You could tell I definitely had toddlers when I wrote that.
Yes.
People are like, I identify with this. And I'm like, same with like noodles in my hair. It's cool. It's cool. You're not alone.
The constant appointments, the running in and out. Yeah, that was very relatable.
Very stressful. Yeah. That was my life. You read my life. You're welcome.
Good.
So I have my quote is from my own book as well. It's from Fallen Gods. And I also had a lot of quotes in this. Some didn't even make it to the book, but that's okay. We'll talk about that later. But the one that I like, one of them that I like the most is from that same section where she talks about monsters. And it's not Hyde that does the saving, it's Jekyll. And I don't know. I loved that part. And that's like that whole like feeling of that scene is really fun too. So it's a whole vibe.
Definitely.
Yeah, that's so nice.
So Rachel, can you give us just a little about you? What do you want readers to know about you? Who are you? And then, we'll start with that. Who are you as an author?
Who even am I after all these books? So I've written too many. I have written almost 200 books. I've been writing since 2011.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's been a wild journey here. I write the way that I read. So if you are like, I don't even like romance, don't worry, I got you, because I write thriller, I write mafia, I write basically everything, because I'm kind of that reader. I will read anything as long as it's good writing and it's a good story. I am like here for it. So I write that way. So I write in every single genre. I've been writing a very long time. I'm hybrid. For readers listening, that means that I do traditional and I also do indie books. Like I have my own publishing company. So I kind of do both. I like to have my feet in kind of both ends of the arena. And this is my first traditional book that I've had out like in a couple years, since The Godparent Trap, actually, since Dev mentioned that. It's the first book since that. So it's the one that I've been working on and pouring my heart and soul into. So so that's what I do full time as a writer. I'm a mom of 2 boys, 2 very active boys. And just living the dream here, pounding out all the words all the time.
I love that. I feel like you're writing as fast as I'm reading these days, which is so wild. Yeah. Oh my goodness.
But I write full time. So I always tell people it's full time. And when I first started, I don't know what lunatic told me this, but they were like, if you want to be a real author, you have to write 10,000 words a day. And I was like, oh my gosh, if I want to be taken seriously, I too have to write 10,000 words a day. This was before kids, mind you. So before the insanity came in. And so I took that to heart. And I think my first year writing, I wrote 7 books because again, I thought that's what you're like. There was no rule book, right? And there isn't now, but I hadn't reached out to authors yet. Like I didn't know. I was just Googling things. So I read it online and I was like, well, that's just what you do because that's what these people
Yeah.
do. And I want to be like these people. So I'm going to write like these people.
Okay.
So I take it with a grain of salt. I don't do that anymore. I don't write as fast as I used to.
I get that. I love how candid that take is as well, because I'm sure there are a lot of aspiring authors who probably see that you have to hit this word count to be taken seriously. So I love that. I'm glad you shared that.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And that's a lot. That's a big catalog to look into, which is awesome. But we're focusing
A little bit of
today
something.
on fallen gods. Do you have your little elevator speech, your little synopsis that you like to give for fallen gods?
So so Shane Rose quoted this, and so I'm gonna quote her. So she said Twilight meets Norse mythology, but it's a little bit more grown up. So people, I had a lot of people actually ask when they were looking at this, they were like, oh, well, does it have, how is it YA? Is it what? So I write very like new adult. I write very spicy, not like, I'm like a mid. There I am right there. So Fallen Gods is about a girl, the daughter of Odin, that gets dropped into this university. She's an assassin and she has to go in and find Mjolnir, which is Thor's hammer, and bring it back to the gods. There's been a war that's been going on for a really long time. So we're set in like modern times where the gods and giants exist. And she's trying to get it back to restore the power to the gods and also to restore the Bifrost, which connects us back to Asgard. So it's kind of like this whole journey that she takes. But again, we're thrown into modern society. So it's not like I created this random world. It's like this could actually happen to you. I used real spots. I used Lake Stevens. My grandparents had a house there. I actually mimicked Eric's house after their house. And I used a whole bunch of like normal like landmarks and areas. So like my goal would be for someone to read this and be like, oh, that could actually happen. I'm walking amongst gods. And I'd be like, yes, you are.
That's so cool.
Yeah, I know.
Like,
we did see all the names of places like Everett, Bellevue, Lake Stevens. So
and
so
the ice caves nice. As a big, that's perfect because we live in the area. Yeah, it was very personal. Like we could see it. So
yes,
it was so fun. I was able to finish. Dev is still working on it. So we're gonna talk a little bit about Fallen Gods now, as much as we can. Okay. I don't want to give
Yes.
I don't want any
we don't want to spoil it.
No.
Yeah, we can't because there's a crazy ending, so we can't spoil that for her.
There is.
Okay,
there's
yes.
a lot of reveals.
Yes.
A lot of guessing. You always like to play the guessing game when there's like mysteries in a book, and so I did a lot of that. A couple I saw, and others I was like, oh, well, maybe I should have seen that, but I did not see it at all. So kudos to you. You got me with one.
Thank you.
But it was, I don't know, to me, it was just so interesting, the concept, because in this world, most of the gods and giants are what you call asleep. And not like physically sleeping, but like their memories and who they are is like not in their conscious brain is kind of like how I think of it. And it's just so interesting to me. And I still have so many questions that I can't wait. Is this going to be a duology? Are you planning? How many do you have planned?
So originally it was actually 3 books. Okay. Now it's a duology. Oh. So the second book is going to be pretty big because there's a lot that we have to unpack here because book 1 it's great, but it's definitely like tapping the surface. And it's so hard because I had so many things that I wanted to do, but they were like, no, because I mean, when you're in it, you're like, I don't even know how long this is. And that is definitely beyond what you need to be writing for this book. Like when we get to the ice caves, you're well over halfway. And I'm like, no, because in my brain, I'm like, yeah, that's like, you're only like 50 pages in. And no, that's not the case at all. But that's how I'm writing it because it's like, it's a very fast read because as you guys can tell, I'm very dialogue heavy. So whenever a book is very dialogue heavy, even though it's a longer book, it feels faster, right? Because you can just read it faster. You digest it faster. It's as if you're watching a movie, you're just like right there. So yeah, it is meant to be longer than 2 books. We're going to pack it into the second one and it's just going to be that much better in book 2. But yeah, there's a lot to unpack.
Yeah, I still have so many questions and I was like, I need to know what about this? What about give me more? So I definitely was left with, I need to know these things. So it was really cool. But like the mythology to me was like the star of the show. Like it was so cool to see that take on it. So I was wondering like when you were writing Fallen Gods, because I read a little about you and how this mythology played a big part for you, like growing up, and you heard these stories right from your dad. Is that what I read?
My grandpa and my dad.
And your dad.
Yeah.
And so it was a big part of you too. And so when writing a book like this, how did you decide what to keep and what to twist and put a twist on and change a little bit. What was that process like for you? I'm wondering, because
that was hard because this is Norse mythology. If you really read the mythology, like the real mythology of it, like people always think Marvel, they think Thor immediately. And I'm like, no, that's such a small part of it.
Yeah.
So for me, it was actually going in and not doing a lot of the things that I wanted to do because it would confuse people. And I didn't want people to be confused because a lot of times when you read books about Greek gods, Roman gods, because there's so many books on it. On Norse mythology,
Right.
all you have to compare it to is Loki and Thor and maybe Odin. That's all you have. So going into it was really hard. I tried to uncomplicate it as much as physically possible. And if you know Norse mythology, one of the characters makes a joke about a serpent because Loki has a serpent. There's certain things that I put in there that it's, oh, if you know Norse mythology, you're going to catch it. If you don't, you're going to be like, oh, that's funny. But then later on be like, wait. So that was the hard part for me. It really was because there's so much there. And Norse mythology in and of itself is extremely graphic.
Yeah.
And extremely, it's crazy. So like the things, like if I were to put it in there, people would be like, she's just making stuff up now. And I'd be like, no, listen, like that's actually part of the mythology. But people they'd be accusatory. Like I know that I would probably get in trouble and pinged because they would think I was trying to like do stuff when I'm just like going towards what I really studied as a kid. So I kept in the stories that I liked and I kept in the feel of everything, but made it to where it was like digestible. My very first version of it, my editors were like, we can't publish this. They were like, within the first like couple chapters, they did. They were like, no, like the first draft, because they were like, we need a dictionary. They're like, I don't even know what this word is. Because I was using all the Norse words and I had stuff in Norwegian. Listen, guys, because I love research. So if you've ever read any of my other books, like Mafia, like I am in there and everything is extremely researched. And so for me, I was like, and it's going to be amazing. And we're going to teach them all these things. They're like, yeah, people don't. No, they don't go to Target to get taught. No, honey, no. So they like had to, yeah, like this is the one thing they don't want. Like this book will not sell. So they had to like really rein me in because I was all like geeking out and excited. And they were like, yeah, no, that's not your target audience. People don't care. They don't care.
I don't know. Like, I care. I love that stuff. I'd read it. Like, there you go.
Thank you. I'll give you the first draft. You can read that and live your best life. And you're like, she's so smart. Thank you.
Like with the dictionary, like okay.
And, little highlighter. Hey.
You need the little asterisk, or like the little numbers by each word, and on the bottom,
right? And then you go to the bottom of the page.
Guys, it'll be a bestseller in no time. I feel it. I feel it.
Yeah, that's what Book Talk loves, right? That's what.
Right. Exactly. That's what we're doing there.
I just love it. So I also. Just don't mind my internet stalking.
Oh, you're fine.
In preparation.
Heavy stalking.
We do this.
Heavy stalking, yeah. And we even saw, so I see just so many things that you've pulled from obviously things you've loved growing up in your life, and which always makes it, I feel like, so much more personal and like relatable when you're reading it. You can tell. But like, I think it was a post yesterday or something you did about your husband's tattoos. Because he says rune tattoos on his fingers. But first of all, we love the tattoos.
Yeah,
same.
But like, I love it. I think you said something like, didn't you model, was it Odin's markings after that?
That's so like when he, and like the first chapter, when he has his cane, like the wolf or whatever cane, and he has his fingers, I was like, how, like I just had this vision where I write as if I'm watching a movie. So like the characters do things that I just type out what happens. So like I'm very visual. And so I'm like, oh my goodness, like cinematically, like he's sitting in the car and his hand is on this and it's twisting and all you hear is the twist. And then you see his fingers drum. And I'm like, oh man, how cool would that be if he has just like runes, but he's like this older dude and he's like mafia. And my brain just exploded. I was like, so thankfully husband already had him, but I'm going to be completely transparent here. I have in the past told my husband, can you get this tattoo for me so I can use it in this book? Straight up, he went and did it because he's a team player in this house and that's what we are. Absolutely. I mean, my son's name is Thor. Okay. I don't mess around in this house. So
yeah.
I'm not even kidding.
You're Stan. Yeah.
Blonde. Like we like did the corners. So like we are a family. We're a unit. So so he went and he got one of my mafia tattoos. Every saint has a past, every sinner has a future is one of my favorite quotes. Favorite quotes of all time. And so I was like, one of the mafia guys had that on his ribs. And I was like, if you could just go get that done on your ribs, the painful part, that'd be great. Right. And he was actually, I really like that too. So he went and got that done. And then the rune tattoos he already had done. And then the dates and names, I believe the names of our sons, like Rorik. So we have Norse. So my youngest is Rorik. So Yurik. And then my second is Thor, Theodore. And then so we have their names and birth dates and stuff on his hands. So that's where the rune tattoos come from.
That's awesome.
I love that.
That's
I
so
love
cool.
that.
I love that.
I know. It's like such lore. You know, it's like getting lore.
We have our own lore.
Yeah.
That's awesome. What was the most fun scene for you to write? Can you describe what was the most fun part of this, of Fallen Gods to write?
I can't actually say, well, you guys know because you read that part probably, but it's a spoiler scene of a character reveal. And I was like, if people do not throw their Kindles when this happens, if I don't have people like running to cancel me, I have not done my job. Listen, I was like literally, so then I was waiting, but then I was so deep in it with edits that I was like, is this even good anymore? You know, you're getting to that point where you're like, and so one of the, so then Red Tower, so the publisher has people come in, like the editors come in, they do cold read and everything. And I got them. And I was so excited that a whole bunch of them were like, because they read so many fantasy books. I'm like, they know like the formula, like they're going to see this and be like, oh, great, Rachel, good job. So, but I didn't. And I got a couple of them, especially one of them that like normally, because she works a lot in TV, doesn't, she knows everything. So I got her and she told me that and admitted it. And I was like, I have done it. Felt like I accomplished something, but that's really fun. It's the reveals because I get giddy. So like when I'm writing, I'm not just, oh my gosh, and just, oh, another word count. I'm sitting here just, and then this happens. And then I get excited. And when I had a couple character reveals, I literally just stood up and my husband's, and he just looks at me like, what'd you do? I'm like, well, and then this, and then all of a sudden I get like teary eyed because I'm like pumped. No one can see, no one cares. And I'm like, and I'll just start clapping like this in front of the computer. And it's just like, if people could watch me, they think I had a problem, but I do that when I read books too. I'm just like, ugh. And I like narrate life. So I mean, all those scenes like that in this book, that it was literally me just being like dancing, clapping for myself, cheering, But that's fine because for me, it's so fun because I know that people are going to be geeked out too. And they're going to be like, I called it, or I saw this coming, or I didn't see this coming. And I mean, that's the right. I love reading. Like, I love it when it's interactive like that. You should have a gut reaction to things. And so those are the fun parts when I know readers are going to freak out.
Yeah. I definitely had gut reactions to this book. I definitely did. Yes, for sure.
And I love that you talk about a little bit about your writing process, because especially with you saying that you write kind of like cinematically, because in my brain, that's how I think I write as well. Like I see it and then I translate it. And so for you, with that being said, do you ever plot anything? Do you consider yourself a plotter at all? Or are you just a pantser? Like we're sitting down and we're just like, something's gonna happen, and you're like waiting for your That's So Raven vision to like that's no,
I'm a total pantser. Like I am. Like I will be writing and then be like, she's pregnant? What did you do to like the character?
You're
like totally shocks me.
So shocked.
Like, I'm just like, how could you? I don't even know what to do anymore. Like we have to, so I'm definitely a pantser. With fantasy, I've had to tone it down a bit. I think a lot of times, I say I'm a pantser, but I think too, when you're in your craft so much, it's actually a happy accident. So I think a lot of times too, like I'll be writing and I don't even realize I'm doing it. And then I'll come back to book 5 and be like, that was totally planned. It wasn't planned. But in my head, I think because of the way that it goes, the characters really do set that up for me. So it ends up working out as a happy accident. But with fantasy, I think you do have to, especially with world building and stuff. And with Mafia, I do the same. I really have to focus on, okay, these 5 things have to happen and I have to stay true to this world. But as long as that happens, then we're good. So I always say like the big dots, I know the big dots, I'll call them big dots, like the big things. I know for the most part, I know there's a couple surprises, and then the little tiny things I don't, or how they get there. That's like the writing process for me, is like those tiny, okay, well, how do we thread this? How do we get from point A to point B? And sadly, I always want to be in point B. Then I'm like, yay. And then I want to be in point C, but I know that there has to be a trail to get there. So that's the hard part of focusing for me.
I love that. You're so excited about what you know is coming up and you're trying to get to.
Just like, and my editors can tell. They're like, I know you want to write more dialogue, Rachel, but you can't do that.
We have to know where they are too.
They need to be dressed. I don't feed them. They're like, it's a horrible thing. Like it's and I'm like, they haven't eaten. They have the same shirt on. I don't even know if they use the restroom. They're just magic. So who knows?
Oh no, they're in bed together. How did they get here? I don't know.
It's crazy. It's been a day. The book is done.
I actually love that.
Well, I do love that. I mean, to be fair, Fallen Gods takes place in a week. Like,
we've got 7 days to get it right.
We're going. So
listen, guys, it was 2 days at one point. No, it was like short. Because, so here's the thing. Here's the thing. I I tried. I'm telling you all the secrets. I had it down to 30 days, and I was like, oh, 30 days is like a good. I'm like, you're in school, you're used to orientation, you're doing all these things, and then then you get to the point where, especially when like you have some like a mission, that it feels like you're slowed down by all the mundane things. And what I didn't
Right.
want to get pinged for was the everyday, like, yes, I need to be in class, yes, I need to be doing things, but you can only be in math class for so long. You can only be doing these things for so long. And unless you want to introduce a brand new thread, unless you want to introduce a brand new plot point, that stuff is all filler. And readers don't buy a book for filler. They buy a book for entertainment and for stuff to get done. And so
Yeah.
I want to make sure I'm doing my job and I'm not just writing a book of filler where like 40% is stuff you already know, or introducing things and so and so, who's friend, who's this. You're like, I don't care. Like,
You
I
want to
just want to get
burn.
into the
You want
kissing.
to open the
Yeah.
book and burn right through. You're like,
And so while I'm sure some are not gonna that aspect of it, I think I get away with it because it's not insta love, it's insta hate technically, but also they've known each other. So like you have that past, and I think that's an easier way to kind of justify everything. And it's magic, and you're in these forced emotionally high situations, so of course you're going to react in those ways. So
Right.
I think if it
Trauma
was like
bonding.
exactly. So I think you're able to justify a lot of those actions.
they're not human.
I lie to myself.
Yeah.
They're not human. It's fine.
It's fine.
All right. We like to break up our interviews a little bit,
Okay.
like halfway through, something fun. We don't have to think so much about it. We're going to play this or that game. And we're just going to read questions, this or that. And it's just the first answer that comes to your head. No wrong answers, only slight judgment. So,
Okay,
nothing
cool.
that matters.
I like it.
All right, Deb, you want to start us off? You want to do the
Yes,
first half?
okay. Physical or ebook?
Both.
That's
Start
crazy.
us off.
I've never had anyone say both.
Okay,
I feel like
okay.
everyone always picks, right?
Yeah,
Okay. All right. Books that make you cry or books that make you laugh?
Laugh.
All right. Thor or Loki?
Loki.
That is correct.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Got a little mischief.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Last one for me. Small town or billionaire romance?
Billionaire romance. Come
Absolutely.
Billionaire in a small town
Yes.
is the best, but yeah.
Yes.
That's a trick
That's
Little
my
question.
Hallmark
personal
action.
favorite.
I'll do
That's
it.
my
I'll do it.
personal,
Yeah.
that's my
Yeah.
personal favorite.
Yes.
All right. Standalone or series?
Depends on my mood. Probably series. Yeah.
Marriage of convenience or arranged marriage? Or split
Arranged marriage. Because they usually hate each other.
Ooh.
Romantasy or dark romance?
Romantasy.
Yay.
And then name your top 3 book boyfriends.
Don't.
Yeah.
Oh no.
It can be
This is always the hard one. This is always the hard
Of other books.
other books, or if you're just like, I love this character I wrote. It's whatever comes to your heart, your mind.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know why. It's my millennial heart, guys. Listen, I'm 40. Okay, so originally, like you say that, and I'm like, I think Akatar first, Riseland, of course, and then I think Twilight, and then I think Edward.
I was just gonna say you need to specify Edward.
Yeah.
But okay, my at the time 20-year-old heart was like, Edward, vampires. Now that I'm older and I followed Jacob Taylor on TikTok and his wife,
you were correct. Yeah.
I'm like, I so want to hang out with him, and I want to be, and I'm like, he was massively underrated. Can we just talk about that?
I've always been
team
Team Jacob. I've always been Team
I
Taylor
love
Lautner, and
he got such the press, like everything. He was done so dirty. Can we just talk about this? He really was. He's so good, and like he like is so able to make fun of himself and stuff now. But like he tried the hardest, and like for him packing up all that muscle at that time, like, and like now knowing what I know about the industry and like just how they're shooting and everything, I'm like, that boy like needs a standing ovation for him and Robert Pattinson. They worked them, and they got paid nothing for that first film. Yeah. I don't know. There we go. Sorry. See there. Yeah. But there we go. There's for that. And then I think one more. So my other favorite character I've written, I'm going to say Phoenix, and he's one of my darker characters. So I write mafia romance, and he's one that has done he's like the worst character ever written, as far as like, you can't redeem him. And every person that read it was like, you could never redeem him. And then I did. And so now he's like I have 15, 18 books in this mafia series, and he's Daddy Phoenix. Like he just comes back in, even in his 50s. We're here for it because he's old now, but I keep bringing him back. Phoenix rising from the ashes. See, I knew. I didn't know at the time, but I knew. I knew. Like past me knew future me would come back, and so it was all part of the crazy plan. So that's my
What's the book? What's the series?
Well, yeah. What's the series?
So that his book is Ember, and it's the Eagle 8 series. So it's my other. I have the Dark One series is my vampire Gods kind of series. It's one of my best-selling series. And Eagle Elite is my Mafia series that started back in 2011 that is still, it's finally finished, but it's been ongoing for forever because it just has a huge following. So I just keep writing in it and writing in it. And that was my first like it was Dark Academy. So like that's how it started. Yeah.
I love
Oh,
Dark
nice.
Academy.
Okay. Yeah, I was just about to say that'll get Jordan hooked.
Every
Yep.
time. Every time. I
Okay.
love
All right.
that. That's amazing.
So, what genre do you read most often? It seems like writing, it's for everybody. Like we can write
Yep.
anywhere, anything. But when you are going to look for a book or you're like, "Oh, I want to read right now." What are you reaching for?
So I can't read in the same genre that I'm writing in. Like I refuse to do that. So if
Right.
I'm writing
Right.
Mafia, I
Yeah.
can't read Mafia. If I'm writing romantasy, like I haven't read a romantasy book for 3 years. That's
Oh
crazy
my
because that's
gosh.
one of my favorite
Yeah.
genres to read in. But I'm like, I don't want anything to seep in. I don't want anything.
Right.
I don't want to even be. I don't want anyone to ever even be like, well, it's probably because she read this. I haven't read The Fourth Wing at all. Not because I don't want to support Rebecca at all, because but I have not read it. Because I'm
Yeah.
like, I can't read a book that is in my same genre or even at the same publisher. I have
fair.
read 2 or 3 that the publisher asked me to read, like for for like quotes and stuff. May Cortland, I read hers, and then Abby, I'm reading hers right now. So like I've read a couple, but so right now I'm reading. I love to read. My palette cleanser. Don't judge me.
No,
My
don't
palette
judge me
cleanser is
here.
Ruby. My
Please.
palette cleanser is Ruby Dixon, The Blue Aliens. Like that is my palette cleanser. So I go to the alien romances because first off, I don't think I could do it. That's the one genre I think I would suck at. But bless these women and their ability to just write the crap out of these. They're so good and they're crazy. But the crazy part is, if I try to explain it out loud, I sound crazy. But when I read it, I'm like, they're actually really good, really well written. But they're well written.
They are good. And first
They're
of
good
all,
writing.
Ice Planet Barbarians is a small town romance. I'm a small town romance.
That's Dev's hot take.
Yes.
Yeah. That's Dev's hot take.
That's my hot take.
Yes.
It is a small town romance.
It is.
We all
Thank
live
you.
in a certain, okay? The men, that's a man.
They're homesteading.
That is a man.
They're homesteading.
They're homesteading. Okay,
That
these
is
are
a man.
farmers, hunters and gatherers, if
They're
you will.
built for
Warriors
your
as
pleasure.
well. They are built for your
Oh my gosh.
And the
Guys, if you
world
take
is so
nothing away
vast.
from this podcast, listen, this is the
I have
moment
been
to tune in.
screaming. I have been screaming about Ice Planet Barbarians. Like
we've been talking.
I talk about it all the time. It's one of my favorite series. It's one of my favorite series. Like I love it so much, and it's a wonderful palate cleanser, but also tearjerker. You learn so much. You know?
No, I mean it honestly is.
That.
That's what it's like. You explain it, but you're like, no, and then you want to be like, no, but it gets deep, and they're like, yeah, how deep? And I'm like, no, but yes,
but also there's
trauma, like
trauma,
working through misogyny that they had to work through from Earth, but is
body dysmorphia. There's so much. Yes.
There's so much. I will. Yeah, I'll never stop. So I think you're the first person to like bring up this series
without you doing it first.
Yeah, without me doing it right.
Like, you know, I was not coached. I was not coached. Okay,
thank you.
Me and Deb just have
we're just on the same page, and I love that. I love that. Right.
I'm literally just a girl.
Meant to be.
Right. Yeah, meant to be. I love that. That's so good. But yeah, okay. So you just can't read what you're writing. But like, so now are you gonna try to once the book's out? Well, no, because you're probably still working on book 2, huh?
I'll go back to Alien Romance, and then I just downloaded, what is it? I wrote it down. Nina Jarrett. That's a new to me author, but Regency. I was just like, what are some new Regency books that I can, especially like newer authors that like people don't know about that aren't mainstream. Like I know what it's like to be an author that no one knows about. And still to this day, like people are like, I don't know who that is. And I'm like, then buy me, read me. That'd be great. Because like people like there's so many authors out there. There's authors that have hundreds of thousands of followers that I've never even heard of that I'm like, man. So imagine like the author that has one that has really good books, but no one has discovered them. So my goal in life is to find these authors and not only blast them everywhere, but also read their books because there's so many out there. So downloaded hers. My go-to always is Eloisa James when it comes to Regency or Lisa Kleypas. So I go to them, and then Gina Showalter already have. And then I bounce around. A lot of times if I need a palette cleanser that's not alien, I will go to Regency or historical because it's so opposite of what I write. And I used to write, I have 14 Regency books. So I used to write it. So I understand the care that goes into having to alter your sentence structure and look up words that didn't exist in that time and write, it's a very different type of writing style. And so I really appreciate when authors do it well. And so I like to read that as well.
I
love that. Yeah.
So with all of those that you've read, what are like some of your favorite reads from this past year? We're coming on the end of the year. 2025. When you think about this past year of books, do you have a couple titles that you're just like, yeah, I remember reading that?
Yeah, so Filthy or Faye, is it Rich Faye? Is it Filthy Rich Faye? Geneva Lee. So yeah, so I had to. My publisher was like, hey, will you do a blurb on this? Read this. I was like, I love Geneva Lee's book. So I hadn't read one of her books in a long time. And I saw that she had this new series. I'm like, oh man, I've been missing out. Clearly I've been in my writing hole because I didn't know she'd been releasing.
Right.
Devoured that book. That's another book that like tons of dialogue. You're like, wait, where? I don't even know if they're dressed, but it's so good. Like there are tons of dialogue. So I like loved that book. It like literally, I even told my publisher, I'm like, there's too many quotes to give you on this because it honestly, had I been in a reading slump or had I been like, I don't even know if I like reading anymore. If I would have read this, it would have brought me out of it so completely that's, like a good book that can do that,
Yes,
especially when you're jumping
absolutely.
right into almost like mid-series. It was a spinoff, so kind of mid-series. So I'm pumping through her books right now. What else am I reading? I'm trying to think. I am starting that Gina Showalter book. And then I do have a stack of the last few Louisa James books that I haven't finished yet that I'm like waiting to go through. And then a reader told me that I needed to start reading monster romance.
Oh yeah.
So
Yes.
I'm going to
If
be
you have
asking
not
for
tried
some.
that yet,
I have. So
Yeah.
I tried. What's the one that's really popular? There's like a
Morning
sleepover
Glory
and
Milking
they're
Farm? No.
No, not Morning.
You say monster romance and it's popular. I'm gonna like throw that out there.
Yeah. My husband comes home. What in the? Don't worry about it.
That's an after the kids go to bed book. That's
Well, I mean, it's kind of like because I'm like, I can make the switch. I can go from Aliens. I can creative license. Like I can go from here
Yeah.
to sustain my disbelief till they have horns and they have a tail. I'm like, cool. I can get on board with this. Like literally, figuratively, whatever. Like we can do this.
Right.
So yeah, after this, if you guys want to give me some ones I need to read, I was at a library in Utah with K.A. Lindy. I was doing like in conversation with her for her book releases.
Yeah.
And this is like after, this is so sad. So afterwards, everyone's like leaving and stuff, and we're walking around and they're like, oh, if you need to use the restroom, do this. And I'm like, so where are the, like, where's all the books? So then I go to all the romance section because I'm romance. And I just literally start putting like a stack. And I'm like, what about this one? She was like, oh. And then she looked at me and she was like, oh, here you go. And she like saw the look in my eyes of like fever, like that I needed like all these books, even though I'm flying back home and I didn't even I have to like, everything's in a carry-on. You guys listen, I think I bought like 15 books. I bought like matches that I just realized I couldn't take on the plane, but they were so cute. I bought them anyways because it's a bookstore. And so I bought like all these things. I'm like, I wore t-shirts. I got all their t-shirts. It was Pride Month. So I had the one that said good boy and like all these like wearing stuff on the plane. So as I should. So I'm like bringing all this stuff. So anyway, so that was me. So that's how I am as a reader. So yes. And there was a monster romance in there, but I'm also a nice person. And one of my assistants, I told her I got her some books. So I was like, but I'm going to read some of them first. But I sent her the monster one instead as like a good person.
I'm a good person.
She loves everything.
Yeah.
But no, I did. And then the other ones I gave to my sister, I actually read them. They're Regencies and they were so cute. And I read them first and then gave them to her. I mean, come on, sharing is caring. Sharing is caring. It is.
Yeah.
And I didn't bend the pages, guys. I didn't bend them. They were in pristine condition, like brand new. Like
no one never even read them.
No one has to know.
Like
Who's gonna know?
You just
no one has to know.
No.
But you know, like the panic when you're eating, but you can't eat and read at the same time because it's a paperback, and you're just like, what do I even? I don't eat.
I don't have that moment. I trash my books, so it's fine.
She bends the spine. She basically crumples the book up into a little ball.
You show them love.
I do.
People look at them and go, "This has been love."
It's a journey of my reading. It's a journey of my reading.
If that's what you want to call it. If that's what you want to call it, Rachel.
I do.
I mean,
no.
Hey, we all have our journeys, and yours might just be messier, and that's okay.
Yeah.
We accept everyone here in this circle.
Not me. Not me. I judge, and I judge hard.
You said it was judge free. You told me. You promised.
No, I said we judge a little bit. And in the end,
Jordan
it doesn't matter.
Dev, I made no such promises.
Okay, so we know you're working on book 2. Besides book 2 in the series, is there anything else you're future planning right now? Is there anything like you're like percolating about like that you might want to start writing or adding to your current series?
So I add another book to this one, obviously, and I have a couple of contemporaries coming out that they have to finish. But no, I am working on a vampire book right now. I actually just texted my agent this morning. She was like, "What do you want to do?" I have all these pitches, right, that they just sit in your computer, and I haven't sent them out yet. And I'm like, I like them, and I'm like attached, but I'm also like, man, I just really want to write like a really good vampire set in the modern age, like throw everything on its head. I want it to be different. And she was like, "Okay, do it." And so like getting the green light was always nice. It's like mom being like, "Okay," and I'm like, "Cool." So I texted her this morning. I'm like, how many pages do you need? Because that's going to be next. So I am writing that book right now and I'm loving it because it's definitely different. I wish I could say, but now I'm like, someone's going to steal my idea. So I can't say it, but it's
don't
really
say it,
cool.
That's okay.
It's
That's
a really
okay.
cool concept on vampires. So I'm like, I'm pumped about it. So that's what I'm currently working on. I'm going to try to take a little bit. I always say this, I'm going to take a break during Christmas, but who am I kidding? I won't, because I read and write the same way. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think of writing as work. It's like fun. You have to, my husband has to literally not tell me the code to the safe. If we ever go on vacation, which we haven't gone in forever, but when we used to go on vacation without kids, he would hide everything in the safe, including my phone, and not tell me. So I wasn't allowed to check social media,
He knows.
wasn't allowed to write. I wasn't allowed to do anything. He was like, if you want to write, you write with a pen. Well, joke's on me. I can't read my own handwriting. So it never worked out anyways. So like,
He knew what he was doing.
so really, he was like, here, let me give you a tool you can't even use.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Anything for
maybe I'll
productivity.
bust it out again.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
it's good. It's a good thing.
Nice. Well, I'm excited to see what else you come up with, which obviously is a lot. I'm excited to see where you go with that.
Yeah.
You said it's a new take on vampires, but
I love vampire books.
yeah,
Me
if
too.
people want to find you, look into your catalog, where can they find you?
So Instagram at Rachel VD is my handle. I try to be active on TikTok. Look, I'm a good lurker. I lurk and I watch other TikToks and I'm like, oh, they're awesome. But I tend to not do my own videos because I feel like I'm really awkward when I try to film things. I'm like that person that you're like, mom, don't, like, just don't. And
Like,
now
it's
my
embarrassing.
oldest is, my oldest is almost 11. And I'm like, what? And he's, shh. And he's been calling me, you know what though? He's been calling me big back for the past month. So whatever, he can sit down. Like, I'm like, do you know what that means? But you know what? I'll take it. I'd rather have that than none. So it's fine. But like so I'm like not cool anymore. So I can't film the TikToks. Okay. But I am on Instagram. I have a website, rachelvandykenauthor.com.
Yes.
I'm active a little bit on Facebook. I tend to not be as active. And then, but yeah, I answer all my own Facebook messages, my own DMs on Instagram. It's all me because I am chronically online when it comes to that kind of section. So I'm always there to gush about books and share stuff and chat.
Awesome.
Oh, we love that.
Thank you so much. Go find her. Go look at the whole huge catalog.
Yeah,
something for everybody.
Tons of books.
Yes, there is.
And as always, you can find us and other interviews we've done, deep dives, and just so many recs, hundreds of recs at this point. We're deep into season 3 at Romance Recs Pod, Instagram. Not much on TikTok, sometimes Threads, but also go find our Substack where you can get exclusive content and bonus episodes and just a lot of fun things over there. So make sure to go follow us, follow Rachel, and happy reading, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in.
And December 2nd.
December 2nd.
Oh, yes, I'm so sorry. Yes, December 2nd. Go read Fallen Gods.
Save the day.
I knew there was something. I knew I was forgetting something. Thank you. That's why there's 2 of us. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm here. I got your babe.
December 2nd. Go buy, read Fallen Gods by Rachel Van Dyken. Thank you so much.
Bye, guys.
Bye.